Kia ora and hello there fellow Zoomers. This evening we are going to talk about a rumour. Quite a juicy little rumour. Now if you have had your antennae out the last couple of days, you've probably already heard about this. But let's dive straight in. Twitter user Nokashita C, noting that Nikon's overseas product listing has been updated to reflect a couple of new cameras and a couple of new lenses, of which the Nikon Coolpix P950 is name dropped. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that's kind of exciting. And it's also very, very intriguing. Now, he also goes on to say that there will be an official release the following week, which would be this week. And for anyone who's sort of in tune with the electronic world, you'll know that CES is being held this week in Las Vegas. So you can guarantee that if it's going to be announced officially, that's when it's going to be. So very quickly after this, I'd say maybe within a day or two, the website Nikon Rumours obtained a series of leaked photos of the P950 as well. Now I have no reason to doubt the legitimacy of either of those sources. I'll include the link to both the leaked images and the Twitter announcement so you guys can go and have a look yourself while we're talking about this. But it's really, really, really important to note nothing is confirmed. This is a rumor. It's looking pretty good, but things can change. Let's not get too angry at me if I'm wrong. Cool, we're all on the same page. I like that. Okay, let's dive in. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to look at a few things. Firstly, we're going to look at that initial announcement. Then we're going to do a quick comparison between the leaked images and the current P900 and the P1000 to see, what's up. And then we'll just briefly go over what's not there, what don't we know. And there's a lot we don't know, but, we can hit on a few things that probably the Nikon community has been looking for from whatever was going to follow the P1000. Right, so looking at that announcement, that Twitter announcement from Nokashita C about the product listing, the obvious thing that stands out here is that this is the P950. I think quite a few people were thinking we're only going up in numbers at this stage. But no, this camera here looks like it's going to be a replacement for the P900. You'll probably understand a bit more once I start going through the leaked images, but my understanding on this is that the P1000 and the P900, despite being remarkably similar, are not considered part of the same family. So I always thought the P1000 was the successor to the P900. On paper, that's what it looks like, but it sounds like Nikon has gone some way to say, no, that's not the case. And with the release of the P950, that definitely looks like that's the direction they're going to go in. I think they may have struggled a little bit with the P1000. It was quite expensive. It was a step up in size. There was a lot of new features. A lot of people moaned about the size of the sensor. That's a whole other discussion. So my feeling here is that they're probably going for something in between. And once we start going through those leaked images, I think you'll understand a little bit more what I'm talking about there. Okay, so I didn't want to be straight up stealing Nikon Rumours photos. I'm sure they fought very hard to get these leaked images. So full credit to those guys. For this next part, I suggest you go to the link in the description, and that will tell you what I am talking about exactly. Plus, you want to see this camera. Let's be honest. If you're listening to this, you want to see this camera. So what I'm going to do now, I've had a look at my P900, I've had a look at my P1000, and I've had a look at the images of the P950. And this is what I've noticed. These are the things that I think stick out the most on the new Nikon Coolpix P950. Alright, well, to give you a quick summary of this camera, the easiest way to describe it is it's the body of the P900 with the layout of the P1000. Now that is a good thing, because I could not stand the layout of the P900. I found things were hidden all over the place, whereas with the P1000, certain modes and just the general layout of the camera was so much more user-friendly, and I welcome this. Now, the easiest way to look at the rest of the things on this camera is I'll tell you what has sort of carried over from the P900, and then what they've brought in from the P1000, and then just things that they may have got rid of and things that are new. So if we're looking at the P900 similarities, it's the same zoom. It's the 83 times zoom. I've got a funny feeling this is how they're going to be trying to differentiate these two lines now. You'll have the P1000 line with the 125 and the P900 with the 83. I'm sure they'll find a way to prove me wrong. Looking at the LCD and the viewfinder, I would say they are the same as the P900, so that's a bit of a drawback. I quite like the bigger size on the P1000. Obviously that's a bigger body, so you can cram more in there, so that makes sense. It's a drawback, but it's, you know, it just comes with the territory. Now we get into the good stuff. So obviously the P1000 had a lot of good features that a lot of people liked, and looking at these images, it looks like we've got our 4K capability, which is great if you like shooting videos. It looks like the external mic jack is back. Looks like the hot shoe is in there as well. The mini HDMI port and the micro USB port, actually that micro USB port might have come from the P900 as well, I'm not too sure. They're both there as well, so that is good. What looks to be missing, the lens hood that came with the P1000, not there. No lens hood. Sorry guys, you're gonna have to go find your own. And the focus ring, which I quite liked on the P1000, that's also missing in action, but there does appear to be an extra wheel, an extra dial next to the zoom clackery, I don't know, what do you call that? Just a little zoom thing on the left side of the camera. Yeah, there's an extra dial there, and I suspect that is in place of the focus ring. And to be honest, just as good, I would imagine. So long as you're not accidentally zooming in and out. I find some of these cameras, when your fingers go wandering, you end up doing the wrong thing. Not ideal. But this seems to be in a fairly smart place. What else is missing? Now, you'll be disappointed. The GPS, I suspect, that was with the P900 and was missing on the P1000, also seems to be missing from the P950. At least I can't see anything in these images to suggest that it would be there. The only really new thing is that they've changed the pattern on the dials from the sort of vertical stripes, I guess you'd call them stripes, to be a bit more textured, I guess. And potentially the internal microphones moved a little bit again as well. Yeah, let's go with that. Have I missed anything? Is there anything in there that you've noticed that I have not? Chuck it into the comments. I'm sure people want to know. I want to know. You know, we might be a few days from actually finding out all the details, so this is gonna age really badly. Like, really, really badly.